Hi, welcome back. Single vegan male making simple vegan meals. We're getting better at saying it. That's nice. Over time, we'll get better. We're making biscuits today. This is more of a brunch kind of thing. We're baking. I know that's a little maybe outside your comfort zone. I know it was for me when I first went vegan. I was like, I don't know how to bake. Fuck that. Fuck that noise. But one day I wanted biscuits, and there's a recipe on the back of the fucking box. So I made biscuits, and they were good. And I've adapted that recipe to make it even better, I think, to my palate. So, so you can adapt it to your own as well. Um, this might take a while. It might take a minute. Got the oven preheating, 425, as per the recipe. There's a couple of recipes on there of the shit we're making, but one's for like cheesy garlic biscuits, which is what I'm gonna do, and the other one's just for regular, nothing special. But I always remembered having these at that restaurant that I won't name. You'll see what I'm talking about, which I used to work at actually years ago. It's a long story. It's a long, funny story. It's not that funny, but I missed having these biscuits when I was vegan. And then I saw that and I was like, I'll make some biscuits, see if I can fucking do it. And I did it, and they were good, and it was good. And then I've adapted that to be even better. So let's do it now. We got 2 cups of this. It's like Bis-cuit, it's baking mix. They sell like generic versions, which is what I usually buy. But we spared no expense for episode 4. And it's 2 cups. And I know they say like in baking, measurements are like really key. It's got to be down to like the gram, which, I'm not going to do all that. That's too much work. That's probably a cupish. We'll do a 2nd cup. Because this is kind of like, you can always add a little bit milk. You can add a little bit of, add a little bit of this, unless you run out. And then you're like, oh shit, what did I do? I messed it up. But I've made these plenty of times, so I think I won't mess it up. We'll see. We'll see. Then it's got what? It's got 2/3 a cup of milk. Now, I'm going to eyeball it. Again, shouldn't do this. This is a big thing of milk. I don't use sweet milk for this. Obviously, it's a savory kind of biscuit. Unless you put like jam or shit on it. But you could make it sweet-ish, maybe. But I don't. I want savory. I want to put butter on it and garlic and gorge myself slothfully. This is like a Sunday morning, afternoon kind of thing. Playing music in the kitchen, making fucking biscuits, bitch. Which is fun. Sometimes it's fun to make biscuits. And I've got cheese. Now I use oven's preheated. I use Daya for this. And if there's better alternatives, I'm sure they're out there. You'll see me doing really obsessive stuff when opening shit and putting things back. I've got a Ziploc bag for it. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. To the point where I'm like, it's going to go bad. I need to put it in another receptacle. And then I do, and it's just like, why do you have 3 receptacles? Anyway, it's neither here nor there. Actually, we'll do the cheese last-ish. Let's do the oil. The oil is like 1 tablespoon. That's a tablespoon, I think. That's probably a tablespoon. Can't read it. It's too hard to read. It's too hard to read. But this thing's always sticking because I never use it. So we'll do the 1 tablespoon, but with the milk, we're going to just gauge it and see where we go. I'm probably doing this out of sequence. Most chefs and cooks and bakers are like, what are you doing? You're fucking the whole thing up. It's going to be all airy. I don't care. All right. Okay. So we're going to do 2/3 a cup-ish. I don't think there's a line in there, but we're going to eyeball it again, and we're going to slowly pour it in. We're not going to like fold it in. We need something with which to mix this. You know what? I used a fork because it just seems like easier that way. Yeah. So there's the oil, and I'm gonna just stir that around. God, bakers are probably like, stir around oil. What are you doing? We're gonna add some milk. That's what I'm doing. We're not gonna do the whole thing because then we'll just gauge where we're at. And this is the toughest part, really, is just stirring the shit and stirring it with a fork again. See, it's too crumbly. I need a lot more milk. Put the rest in there. If I need more, I'll put more. But then it gets toughish. Urgh. And again, I bet real people are like, he's doing this all wrong, but judge not lest ye are like a Michelin star or something. Because unless you are, I don't give two damns about it. I just go around and around until all of it's doughy. Try to get it off the sides and stuff. I do it, and sometimes it's hard to do. Again, this is the toughest part. You'll be fine. You'll get better at it. Maybe you won't. I'm obviously not great at it, but I also haven't made these in a while. Okay, this looks goodish. And what's crazy about this recipe is it's like, this will make you 9 biscuits. This makes like 3 or 4 decent sized biscuits. Now I have a gravy recipe as well. It's really good. Like, I used to love eating biscuits and gravy, and then when I went vegan, of course, you can't really have it unless it's done poorly at a vegan restaurant, and they're like, oh, it's mushroom gravy, and you're like, God. And the biscuits are like cardboard, but this is really flavorful, and the gravy that I make for it is as well. Now we're gonna eyeball this. We're gonna eyeball this too. Just sprinkle some garlic on there. Maybe that's a lot, maybe it's not, but that's where we are in life right now. I'm gonna put some salt in there as well, and I'll show you a trick I do that I think is really cool, but we'll do that in a minute once we mix in the garlic. God. Smells really good. And we'll put some cheese in there. Like, I'm just gonna take 1 slice because I don't have the shredded cheese, which is fine. And you could do this without cheese and it's still good too. But this is kind of the trickier part. In fact, I'm just gonna crumble the shit. And the smaller the pieces, the better, because they mix in easier. And you'll look at this and you'll be like, that looks not good, not appetizing, but you'll see, it turns out really good, especially if you want to eat 4 or 5 big biscuits by yourself on a Sunday, which is what I do. Most of the time, most Sundays, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna give me 5 big biscuits, and that's my meal. Doesn't sound good, but it is. And you can, again, make it savory, or not put cheese and garlic in this, and maybe put like cinnamon and sugar or something. Who knows? But what I like to do is, I've got foil on this because I don't want to have to clean it when these are done. Take the big old ball out. I've washed my hands. You don't judge me. This isn't a very big ball, but you make them into like little, and I make them kind of very irregularly shaped. You can add on, make them bigger and whatnot. See, this makes like 4. 9 my ass. 4. It's 4 biscuits. That's crazy. You can double it. I should double it next time. At least make fucking 8. Um, but there, that's what you can do. Also, here's what I do, which I think is fun, but some people might not think is fun. I put a little garlic on top. And when it bakes, that like browns a little bit more, and some salt, just a little bit of sea salt on top. And I love the crunch on the top when it's done. Let's put that in the oven and give it less than 10 minutes. Ah. I'm gonna give that less than 10 minutes. And we're gonna see where we stand. You got dough on your hands. The way you'll check this is you can put a fork or a knife in it and, you know, check and see if there's dough on there. But I'm probably gonna fast forward through all of this. I love you, by the way. Probably gonna fast forward through all of this because I'll just be talking to you. How you been doing? Been doing okay? It's crazy out there. It's crazy out there. It's hard out here for a plant-based eater. Here's what I'll tell you the story that I didn't tell you earlier. As we put the cheese away, I worked at these biscuits. Remind me of the Red Lobster biscuits. Is what I was going to say earlier. I just didn't want to say their name because they're vile. But I used to work for Red Lobster, and I'll tell you why. And this is kind of a self-incriminating thing to say, but it's true. I was wanting to become an undercover investigator for an animal cruelty fighting organization. I won't say who it is because they might be like, we didn't ask him to do that. That's crazy. This is what happened. I wanted to be an undercover investigator against animal cruelty, and the organization with whom I was working had a very long vetting process. And I went through it all, was doing the whole thing. I was getting toward the end, and I was like, I can do this. I can go to farms and record it and just be that kind of champion against animal cruelty. And sometimes we think we can do things that we can't do, which is my problem almost every day of my life. So if they're like, hike that mountain, I'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll do it today. And then I don't have any equipment and I die on the mountain. But they were vetting me, and I was excited about it, and I wanted to really get into it. And towards the end, they were saying, well, the next step, which is closest to the last step, is we're going to ask you to get a job where they perform animal cruelty and don't do anything about it and witness it and make sure you're okay being around it. And so I thought, what's the bare minimum I can do here? Which, in hindsight, pretty terrible way to approach it. But I thought I can, because I'd worked in the service industry for a long time before then, so I thought I could just work at a restaurant, not have to be in back of house, not have to do the act, but witness it. And so I went to a restaurant, Red Lobster. I was like, what are your openings? And they were like, we have a need for a bartender. You can, you're also serving the bar, you're doing all that. So I was like, that makes sense. I can do that and still witness what's going on behind us. And started working there. Not a good job to have, but whatever. So I was bartending at Red Lobster and had to witness, them killing the lobsters, killing the live lobsters that people can pay for, pick out what they want, and then they cook them in the back while they're still alive. And I was like, I can do this. This is the last step towards being the investigator. And can't do it. Couldn't do it. Went back there as they were doing it, and I was like, I can't do this. I don't want to watch this. I don't want this to be my life where I'm watching this and not being able to react in a way that could potentially stop it. But, you're not going to go to the chef and be like, don't cook that lobster, it's alive. I'll be like, this is like the 50th one today. Where were you 2 hours ago when I was cooking 10 of them? So, I mean, shortly after that, I told the person that was trying to vet me for the investigator position, I was like, I don't think I can do this. I thought I could. I thought I could kind of just turn on that kind of internal warrior that knew that I was doing it for the greater good. But I can't do it. And I realized that if I were in the position of seeing some of the stuff that takes place, like on those videos, in those documentaries, you see it all happening around you and you think, there's no fucking way I could let that person do that and just let them just watch, just record for the posterity of it, for the evidence of it. I couldn't do it. And so that was my job. That's why I worked at Red Lobster. It sucked. It sucked bad. It was not fun. There wasn't a day there that I was like, oh, this is fun. I'm having a good day here. It wasn't fun. Couldn't eat anything. They're like, oh, you get a shift meal. Do you want your meal? And I'd be like, no, we're not going to try and get steamed broccoli and hope that it's not in a vat of butter. So I usually gave those away to servers and whatnot. But there it is. There's my story. Let's check on our biscuits. Not even close. What's another story? What's another story I can tell you that's engaging, that won't lose your attention? I don't know that there is one. Maybe fast forward through this. Maybe fast forward through this. But let me think if I can say. Oh, I'll show you the cats. Where'd the cats go? Come here, keys. Come here, keys. They're both sitting in the same ray of sun coming in. Here they are. All right, here's one. Come here to me. Oh my God, I know. This is Gabby. She's a baby. She's 10 years old, actually. I want to hold her and kiss her. I love you. I love you. She's not asking for help. She loves me too. Hey, buddy. Let me get Gus. This is going to take a second. Wait. I know, buddy. Just hold on. Oh, God, I know. Oh. And this is Gus. He's so heavy. And he's so funny. Look at that. Gus, look at the thing with the thing. No? It's okay. Put coconut oil on his head. All right, Jesus. Let's give them treats, because people will be like, he didn't give them treats, when he lured them in there for those very treats. These aren't vegan, by the way. Sorry. I know, buddy. I know. There you go, bud. I get them. That's too many probably, but they're fine. They're going to be fine. They're growing boys. One's a girl. They're brother and sister. Sometimes they fight. I'm like, what are you fighting for? You got nothing to fight about. Your life is so easy. Your lives are so easy, I should say. I feel guilty about taking them away from their napping in the sun, as if they don't sleep enough. They do. They do. She wants more. Gabby wants more treats. She's got an unhealthy obsession with treats. And I give them a ton every day. I'm like, here's more treats, you fat fucking cats. And they're not fat. They're not fat. You're sweet and little and cute. But, so am I. I'm fat too. We're all fat. Rest my back. I'm not used to standing for so long. But here's this. I'm running out of shit to say. That's not like me. It's not like me at all. I'm not gonna ask for like likes or subscriptions ever. So if you ever see me like being like, hit that subscribe button so you'll get notifications on your phone whenever another thing's posted, that's stupid. I'm not like that. I don't want to do that. I don't like that. I've actually got a tattoo that says, you know, not for sale, but it's in Latin. But you got to earn the right to see that one. So anyway, let's put some shit up. Let's clean up our messes. Let's clean up our messes. I don't know what the kids' song is like. Put it all away. I was a preschool teacher for a minute, but I didn't do shit like that. I'd be like, pick it up, put it in the box. And they listen to you if you have an angry face. Or if you have your scary voice. Like I have a Batman voice that I use sometimes. And it scares children. It is hilarious to see them. I'm like, where were the drugs going? And they're like, oh God. It's hilarious. Dear God, please. I don't have any drugs. What are drugs? Little do they know. They'll find out. When making these, I have to constantly check because the time on here is not accurate. It's like 2 minutes and 13 seconds. No, what does it say? 12 to 13 minutes. And it takes like 7 or less. Let's see. Yeah, we got to rotate some shit. Yeah, I want to do that right there. Because my oven bakes unevenly. It's hotter towards the back for some reason. I don't know if a lot of ovens are like that. This is getting so, this 20 minutes past 22 minutes now. It's crazy. This might be a 30-minute episode. Oh my God, you poor things. It's going to be okay. We're going to make this. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. Look at me. Look at me. We're going to make it. Everything's going to be okay. Don't have a staring contests with cats. You will lose every time. Every time I've tried to have a... And I can go without blinking for like a couple minutes, but tears going down your face and a cat's still there like, there's nothing to me. You're nothing to me. Which, you know, maybe they've got a point. Maybe they're something to you, but you're nothing to them. I mean, they domesticated themselves. They knew what this was. We didn't. We were like, these cats are going to be great. I trust a cat. I trust all cats, but not full-fledged trust. If I gave them a bunch of money to go pay my rent, I wouldn't trust them with that money. You know what they're going to do. They're going to buy treats. Like this one right here. See? All they want are treats. He's right behind me. He's literally underfoot right now. Now he's underfoot. Did you hear me? Yeah, I know, pal. Well, you got no one to blame but yourself. Let's put this up and put this up. I put cheese in this so it doesn't... I mean, it won't go bad, but it won't get hard and orange and ugly and gross. And again, I'll use a milk that's not sweet and not to... I had a big thing of fucking milk, mostly for smoothies. We got to do a smoothie episode here soon. It'll be one of the lazier days where it's like a 2-minute video. And it's loud. It's going to be loud with smoothie making shit. Let's see if it's ready. I love you, kitty cat. I love you. Where'd my thing go? Here it is. I know. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, it's closed. Let's give it another couple minutes. Check in with a knife to see if it's done. You're going to love these. I'm telling you. So good. I used to make them and get, some vegan sausage. Cook it up. Put it in the middle there. So good. So good. Perfect for Sunday. Or any day. But it takes, about 30 minutes. So, that's kind of annoying. But you're going to love these. You're gonna love me eventually. By my calculations, you should have fallen in love with me by now. But most of you haven't even seen me yet. But you will. And that first episode, you'll be like, this motherfucker is out of his mind. And I would say to you, that's some attitude to take into the world watching videos. Real nice. But it'll be like, but I love him. Why is he crazy? I love him. That's how most relationships are. So yeah, you'll love me. Eventually. Oh my goodness gracious, kids. Oh, Sally. We won't do these. We'll do these. That's off. Actually. Ow. 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 Look how good those look. Look how good those look. Look, Grandma. Look how good I made the biscuits. And look how delicious they are. Because there's that kind of brownish crunch on the top from the thing. Oh my God. There's cheese and garlic in there. They're steaming. Fully done in the middle. Oh. I'm gonna eat the shit out of these. Well, I'm gonna eat the hell out of these. I don't eat shit. Alright? You tell your friend I said that too. Alright, it's getting away. It's almost 27 minutes. Okay, this is how you make them. They're so good. But watch the time, watch the biscuits themselves. That was probably 12 minutes. People will be like, that was actually 12 minutes. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But it was probably like less than that. You gotta monitor them. Okay, you saw the cats. Alright, that's that. Now send your cat support because you're months behind and I've told the authorities. Okay, let's just call it. I'm gonna put butter on these. I'm gonna gorge myself on them and probably take a nap. Join us next week when who knows what the fuck. Who knows what the fuck. Oh God, see, I knew it. I knew you were gonna do that. I knew you were just camping out to pull that shit. You do it every day. All right, bye. I love you.